Hi guys, it's Rike here and welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Rike and I review a lot of activewear. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you just keep watching. Today, we have some swimwear though, but swimwear is also kind of activewear, right? Because you're kind of like active in the water. So yeah, I figure it's time again. It's spring now. Not that I would go swimming outside here anytime soon, but you know, maybe where you live, it's nice and warm. But yeah, I figured it's time for some swimwear. So I didn't get any new swimwear, but I figure it would be fun to put together some spring colors and like some spring swimwear suits. What I would be wearing now if I did, have a warm body of water somewhere nearby. Just like I do for my gym outfits. Like I sometimes put gym outfits together, right? My recent spring gym outfits, I can actually link the video up here so you can go check it out. And I figured I would do something very similar for today, but with swimwear. So if you're into swimwear reviews and you're kind of curious to see, what I have, then you can, just continue watching this video. But without further ado, let's just get into it. I was like going through my big pile of swimwear and trying to see what could be fun for spring. And I did find a few pieces, and now keep in mind, like some of these are a little bit older, so like it's not necessarily like you can get the exact same piece, but it's just a matter of like getting some inspiration, trying to see what you can kind of put together, And I just want to start with this swimsuit from Toluca. The brand does not even exist anymore. And this is, just a fun like floral leafy thing. And I think that's always great for spring. Have some flowers, have some leaves, some plants. Funnily enough, the cup had one of them made it up here into the sleeve, so we have to kind of get it down from there. But I can still worry about that later. I'm just gonna try and see if I can actually even reach it. But yeah, I figured this would be like a cool like starting piece. Also, of course, if you're like a little like unsure about like showing your tummy to the whole world because you're not that deep into the summer yet, and it always maybe takes a little bit of like desensitizing again to be walking around like half naked. I don't know. See, it's really hard to grab this. I figure a one piece is a good start. So that's what I'm trying to get at. Honestly, I don't reach for one pieces that often. I'm more of a bikini girl, especially also because I have a longer torso. So it is a little bit harder to find one pieces that fit well. Now, Toluca, like I said, does not exist anymore, but they did have different lengths, different torso lengths, basically, or they took that into account and you could buy a long one piece, which I actually really appreciated. So I think you can still find that with some brands, but a lot of brands will not do it. And I think it was such a nice thing. I do have a longer torso, so this is the long torso fit as well. And it's also very high cut or open leg cut here. I have wider hips, a narrower waist. Like for me, the high cut just elongates the leg. I think it just gives me a nicer shape. So I really appreciated that with them. They do have the shelf bra in here and the removable cup pads, which I just now successfully managed to get down into the area where they're supposed to be. And this is double lined. The fabric is the composition. What is it? Let's see. I did wear this a few times because the tag looks a little bit more washed out, but I think I can still read it. This is 95% nylon and 15% spandex. 15% spandex in the shell and 90% nylon and 10% spandex in the lining. Yes. And then, to also kind of give you a little bit more of a cinched waist, they did have this little belt coming with it that you could tie around. And yeah, I think like a little floral number is a perfect start into spring. And let's just see it on. All right, here we have the little flowery, floral, leafy moment. I guess it's more leaves than flowers, but still like plants. So spring, for me, like spring equals the reawakening of the plants and the flowers and everything. So that's what we got here. And yeah, this is a one piece. It has this high leg cut, as you can see. So basically nearly goes up to my waist. And you do have actually quite okay coverage here in the nether regions. We do have this little tie, and that like literally you don't have to wear that around, right? I mean, it's just there. But I think like it kind of just, gives it a little bit of an extra, accentuates the waist a little bit. But but it's not like something you need, of course. We do have a nice V neckline here. Actually good side boob coverage, and I feel like yes, it's a little bit lower, but it's not so low. Thicker straps. And then in the back, I mean, let's look at the sides first. The legs look very long, which is nice. And then in the back, it is very, very cheeky. That's also due to my butt just, eating up fabric. We have the little bit of a lower cut here in the back as well. But otherwise, this is it. And honestly, like I said, this is, from me, for my body type, like the highlight cut, I think is more flattering than having something that kind of stops here. And honestly, I think everyone looks better with a little bit of an elongated leg, right? That's just how it is. So yeah, it's a cute swimsuit. It's a very simple one to wear. I never feel like, things are going to fall out. Yes, it's going to show some cheek, but that's up to, if you like it or not. And yeah, let's see. I was going to say, let's move on. But actually, I do have like a little cover up that, I can just throw over all the looks so you can kind of see. I think this one's kind of fun. And I think it works with everything because it's white. But like, yeah, if you don't want to show your booty to everyone when you're walking around the beach, just getting a little snack or something, you can just wear this. And it even has like a little tie. But then it really looks like kind of like a very long bathrobe. But yeah, like this is kind of, it's fun. But yeah, let's move on. Okay, moving on. I always like a little bit of sparkle, and I do like a good periwinkle color for the spring because it kind of looks like, just little flowers. So we have this sparkly set here from Berlook. You can buy the pieces separately, but since it's a bikini, I'm just going to show you both pieces together. So we do have this top, and I'm going to see if I can still find it on their website, but usually they sometimes do have different style tops, but the same colors, and you can still mix and match easily and decide you want a more covering top, a more covering bottom, or less covering, and then just put together your own set, and you can pick the top and the bottom size separately, of course, if you pick them separately, which is really nice. Now, this has the sparkly outside. It's just like shimmery, sparkly. And then on the inside, of course, we do just have like a shiny lining here. So like the lining is still shiny and still has like some shimmer and glitter to it, but it's not like the same fabric as the sparkly fabric. Because of course on the outside, we do have some metal fibers in here, which can get a little bit scratchy if you have it on the inside towards your skin, of course. I don't mind it on the outside, honestly. And this is made from, should I not say that somewhere? I thought it said it in a hang tag, but I guess not. Well, I know that there's metal fibers in there for sure. But anyway, so we have this top with a little cutout here in the middle at the bottom. You do have an elastic under the chest to keep you a little bit tucked in. We have removable cup pads and then these thicker straps. They're not adjustable, but they are stretchy. So it's actually not like it covers you, but just enough, and it keeps you tucked in, which is nice. I did get this in a size small, which is my normal top size. And yeah, that's our top here. And then of course, matching bottoms. And I'm saying, of course, you can always mix and match bikinis, right? Here, it also doesn't tell me about the fabric composition. But like I said, I do know that it is metal fibers in the outer part. These are a high-waisted, high-leg cut bikini bottom. Again, you could also find less covering options in this color. It really depends on what you want to go for, what your style is. And these are also double lined, so we have this liner fabric on the inside again. And then in the back, we actually also do have a little metal Berlook logo here, makes it look a little bit more luxurious. And overall, I mean, this is like a really solid cut. I would say medium to cheeky coverage in the back, but like high-waisted and the high leg cut, which are going to be super flattering. And yeah, it's like this cool, like little periwinklish color, maybe leaning a little bit more towards blue than to purple, but I still think it works super nicely for spring. And who doesn't love a little bit of sparkle, right? So let's see it on. Okay, a little bit of sparkle is always a good thing, at least in my opinion. I do love a good sparkle. And yes, so maybe the sparkle is not necessarily like a spring thing, but the color, I think, and look at how shimmery and shiny it is. I think it's just always so fun, like to see it like kind of sparkling and shining in the sun. And of course now Today, of all the days that I'm filming this, like it's been sunny the whole week. Today, it's cloudy with a little bit of blue sky. But you know, that also means that currently the sun is not shining on here too much, so you can only see like the shimmery shininess in relation to, you know, how I move. And like I have some light here, right? And then the outside and whatever. But anyway, you can see it's still a little bit how it shimmers and shines. But yeah, if you're on your beach vacation, you know, with the sun just like coming down on you, it's gonna be so much more sparkly. But it's still like super sparkly. Anyway, this is definitely like, I mean, it's a set because, you know, these two pieces, they definitely work together. They are made from the same thing and it's the same color, but you don't have to buy it as a set, which is the advantage. And we do have actually quite good coverage, even though you have like a little bit of like a, you know, a boob sweat vent situation here. So if you have bigger boobs, you might get some under boob. I arranged my little boobs so that, you know, I only get like the little bit of cleavage up top. You do have like a wider neckline, removable cup pads in here, and then you have an elastic under the chest to keep you tucked in. And we also do have thicker straps, good side boob coverage. And then in the back here, very, very simple, but it looks kind of cute. Like this little kind of triangular V-neck situation. And then the bottoms are also like a quite a simple cut. They are not quite high-waisted, but like kind of like a mid-waist. I feel like still give you really good coverage, and they still have this more high leg cut situation. I could still pull them up a little bit higher, maybe like this. That would also work. And of course, you could also pull them low if you prefer to wear your things a bit lower on your hips. For me, I kind of go somewhere in between, I think. But yeah, good side boob coverage, good crotch area coverage. And it's a wider strap here on the side, but it's not too wide. And in the back, they come up a little bit higher, which I really, really like. We do have that Berlook logo up there as well. And we have, again, a cheeky coverage. But also keep in mind, this is due to the fact that, you know, the butt conquers it all, basically. The butt just eats it all. It could be like this, but when I move around, it's, you know, it's just kind of moving a little bit into the crack. So that's just how it is for me. A lot of the bottoms are cheeky regardless of what happens. And that's just, you know, I've just accepted it. It's how my life is. But yes, look at the sparkle. Like I said, it's like a kind of like a periwinklish blue, maybe a little bit more blue than just a periwinkle, but it's there. And it's definitely like a spring flower, spring blossom color. And of course, I'm going to throw on my little cover up for you again, because I've been doing this, you know, so guess for consistency's sake, we'll do this here as well. And even with the blue, it still works. So yeah, it's fun. And let's move on. Okay, next up, I did get inspired by this top that I have. This is from Moana. I think it's just called Moana, right? It's a bikini company from Australia. And I believe I did get this one in one of their mystery boxes. So yeah, I didn't know what I was getting. And they do have a lot of like tops that you can wear both ways that are reversible, not reversible, but like you can turn them inside out. So this one has like the Santorini kind of look here on this side. So we have like pink flowers and then like these little houses like on the Greek island. And on the inside, we do have this terrazzo print without painting, just some blues and turquoise. I want to show you this side though. And this side also does have like a little bit of the terrazzo here on the side. So basically the straps are just the terrazzo print. We do have removable cup pads in here, and you also do have a little elastic ruching detailing there, a little seam under the chest, and then the thicker straps. So quite good side boob coverage, I think. And the thicker straps are kind of crisscross in the back, and then they kind of get like thread through like the other fabric parts here. So it looks a little complicated, but like it will make sense when I have it on. And yeah, you can kind of adjust the straps a little bit because you have the tie here in the back. I believe this is a size small. I actually did cut out the tag so I could wear it the other way around as well. But it's a cute little top. I do not have a matching bottom, but I mean, this is bikinis, right? So you can easily mix and match. And of course, you can kind of match with like a darker blue or with white, I guess, or some beige or like the lighter blue in here. But I figured I would go like super bright pink because this is spring. So I have these bottoms here. And they're actually from Buffbunny collection. This was, I do have the matching like top as well, the matching bikini top. But yeah, this is a ribbed fabric. So these are like the Sharkbite bottoms. I think that's what they were called. And ribbed fabric on the outside, and then just like a sleek liner on the inside. This is made from 85% nylon and 15% spandex. And it's a very, very high-waisted bottom. You can kind of see that's kind of my favorite. Or it's one of my favorites. There's other bottoms as well, but like high-waisted and high-leg cut are kind of like, I guess it's my top favorite for sure. And this is actually also a reversible bottom if you wanted to. I prefer to wear it this way around. This is how I'm going to show it to you. But yeah, high-waisted in the front, and then in the back it has a little bit of a dip, which is why it's called Sharkbite. We have a little metal coin logo here, and you could literally wear this to the front, just have the dip in the front. Have your belly button poke out basically and wear this to the back. But like I said, I prefer it this way around, and that's how I'm gonna wear it for you. But yeah, let's see it on. Okay, what a fun and bright moment, especially the bottoms. I feel like it's like bam, but that's what neon colors do, right? And I feel like, you know, it works well together because yes, the pink isn't they're not the exact same, but they're pretty close. And there's a little bit of like skin in between, so no one's gonna really see the difference. But yeah, I feel like it works. And we have the little bikini top here, kind of like a little bit, you know, has like a little like shelf balcony situation. I don't know how you call that. But basically like, you know, the top sits a little bit lower and like really pushes up the chest a little bit without being like too tight or anything. We have removable cup pads. You have this little bit of ruching here, and then side boob coverage is pretty good. And yeah, I'm not falling out or anything. And you can definitely see here we have like this more Santorini inspired print. And then here on the side you have the terrazzo print that you also do have on the inside. Yeah, so it's kind of cute. I think it's a very flattering shape. Also works for my small chest, also is flattering for my small chest. And yeah, I'm not afraid of falling out. And then in the back, you have this little tie situation. And you can see that, you know, the straps are kind of like just gonna like coming through the other part of the, like the top basically has like these loops, and then the strap just goes through. And it's kind of cute. And then coming to the bottoms, these are like a rib material. So super, super soft, high-waisted as you can see. Like, yes, you can still see a little bit of my belly button, but you know, it's not so bad. And we have like a little bit of a harder seam here that makes sure that the bottoms stay up and don't slide down, like it's kind of secure there. We also do have quite good coverage here in the front, and it is high leg cut, but maybe not as high leg cut as some other bottoms that, you know, exist, I guess. So it still covers like a little bit of your side. It's not really cutting into here because sometimes like when things are super tight, like I do get like a little bit of like a, you know, kind of, it's not a muffin top, right? But like it's a side thigh, side hip, spillage type of thing, but like not with this one. It's nice and soft here. And then in the bag, you do have a cheeky coverage, definitely cheeky. And then you can't really see that V that I showed you when I was holding them up because, you know, it's just kind of like getting a little, yeah, like you see weird, but it's like, it's kind of there. You can definitely see it a little bit more prominent if you were to wear the V to the front, but like I said, it's not really my favorite thing to do, so I'm not going to show that to you because this is how I would be wearing it. And then also on the side here, we do have the Buffbunny collection coin logo there. Yes, but I think this actually works quite well together because I don't have matching bottoms for this top, so I've been wondering for a while what I should be wearing with it. But I think this actually works quite well. And then of course, I'm gonna just throw on my little cover up here in case you want to see how that looks. If you were to throw on a little cover up, like I feel like that also works. It's fun. I mean, honestly, I don't think there's a situation in which like a white cover up wouldn't work. Maybe if you're wearing like a full on black swimsuit or like with a black base, you'd want to go for something darker, but otherwise I feel like white is always a good option. But let's move on. Okay, it's conclusion time. Let me just grab the little pile here. So I hope you enjoyed the colors and the hopefully spring vibes. I hope you got those spring vibes from there. And yeah, let me know which outfit was your favorite. Also, let me know if you do want to see more of these types of videos because I usually do outfit videos with activewear, but I don't do it as much with swimwear. But yeah, if you're interested in that, just do let me know and drop a comment down below. But yeah, again, let me know which outfit was your favorite. If you have any feedback, any suggestions, anything, just drop a comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. You can also follow me on Instagram, not see some of the pieces in action there because I don't wear swimwear there, but you know, you can DM me there. However, I'm more likely to see your comments here on YouTube. So if there's ever anything you want me to see and you want me to respond to, just drop a comment down below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel so you get notified about all the new videos that are coming out, and you don't miss one. And yeah, I think that's it. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video and it was helpful and entertaining and fun to watch and anything, all of this, right? And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.